Hey guys, my name is Nora Franch, and welcome to the podcast Grateful Blessed Mess, daily reflections for those in the 12 steps. I am a fellow 12-stepper and certified mindset coach, and I am here to introduce you to the value of mindset coaching in your 12-step journey. So if you feel like you are stuck in the steps, if you're slipping and sliding with your abstinence, mindset coaching may help you as it did me, and you can find me at CatholicMindsetCoaching.com. These episodes are meant to invite you in to consider the truths of 12-step wisdom and to join in the very real struggle of living them in action. I hope that it feels almost like a mini meeting, and I invite you to contribute your own share on the Grateful Blessedness Facebook group to keep the discussion going. My comments are based on my own experience, so feel free to take what you like and leave the rest. But my hope is to encourage you on your own daily 12-step journey. As they say, you cannot stay clean on yesterday's shower. So without further ado, let's begin. Okay, hello again. Here we are, another beautiful day. We are on page 183 of Daily Reflections. The title of the excerpt is Trusting Others. But does trust require that we be blind to other people's motives or indeed to our own? Not at all. This would be folly. Most certainly, we should assess the capacity for harm as well as the capability for good in every person that we would trust. Such a private inventory can reveal the degree of confidence we should extend in any given situation. And that's from As Bill Sees It, page 144. I love this. I love it. It in a nice way says, like, don't be stupid. Don't just blindly trust everyone. That's not what I'm saying. Use your brain, assess the situation. We are all imperfect people. And while we are learning to grow in trust of ourselves and of other people, the invitation is not to do so blindly or flippantly or just dramatically, because then we would again be compromising our sobriety or our abstinence or our emotional safety. We have to discern the situation. So it says to take a private inventory. And you hear all the time, you're not supposed to take other people's inventories. And that is true to the extent that no, you're not supposed to just sit there and list all the things you see them doing wrong, or for sure you're not supposed to then tell that to other people. That is not recovery. That's not staying on your side of the street. But when it involves your own emotional safety in terms of how much you participate in that relationship, that private inventory is just using the information at your disposal to make smart choices and set good boundaries. So we start there, and this reading just made me think of another line of wisdom in the Big Book, and I went and found it on page 62, and this is more about relationships. This is the How It Works section. Selfishness, self-centeredness. That, we think, is the root of our troubles, driven by 100 forms of fear, self-delusion, self-seeking, and self-pity. We step on the toes of our fellows and they retaliate. Sometimes they hurt us, seemingly without provocation, but we invariably find that at some time in the past, we have made decisions based on self, which later placed us in a position to be hurt. And I think that is so interesting. And this line used to make me kind of upset. Like, I liked it and I didn't like it. I was like, oh, well, then it's just my fault that this person hurt me because I did something wrong before. And then on the other hand, it's like, oh, okay, that at least something makes sense here, where like I had some part in this, and then she did something wrong and I did something wrong, and it's not meant to be that way either necessarily. I think it's just acknowledging that we're all flawed humans. And so, and things don't just happen. Typically there's a connection between everything, right? And so it's not even necessarily that maybe we hurt someone, but we can step on their toes by leaning too heavily on them. Or we can step on someone's toes by thinking we know what they need and telling them so when they need the freedom to figure that out on their own. There are lots of different forms of stepping on someone's toes that can damage a relationship and hurts our ability to trust ourselves, to trust others, and to be trusted by them in turn. And so I think this is actually just a really good lesson on setting boundaries, on using our ability to kind of judge a situation, someone's personality, the things that we know, so that we know how much of ourself to share and to guard and keep safe. He says that it would be folly if we were blind to other people's motives, or indeed to our own. So we have to, we have to be smart about things. And lots of times that just means to kind of sit and wait and pray. But it also means that we cannot be blind to our own motives. And that is all the step work, especially step 6 and 7, getting really in tune with those character defects. Oh my gosh, that is humbling. It's eye-opening. And it just like puts me on level ground with a lot of other people, and kind of can give me a little bit more space to have compassion for people when I see, my own stuff. And that's a lot of the purpose of the personal inventory that we do. It gives us the capacity to love other people because we're seeing ourselves in full light. And that's a beautiful thing. Anyway, so take from this what you will. I hope some of it helps you, speaks to you, blesses you. I do want to read the actual written reflection for this one, just in case it gives you a little bit more to work with in your own step work. And it goes like this. I am not a victim of others, but rather a victim of my expectations, choices, and dishonesty. When I expect others to be what I want them to be and not who they are, when they fail to meet my expectations, I am hurt. When my choices are based on self-centeredness, I find I am lonely and distrustful. I gain confidence in myself, however, when I practice honesty in all my affairs. When I search my motives and am honest and trusting, I am aware of the capacity for harm in situations and can avoid those that are harmful. So that's a good check to not only knowing your own motives, but your own expectations. And that can be a hard one. Often I'm not even aware of my own expectations of others until they fail to meet them, and I'm mad. So again, just dive into your step work, stay close to your sponsors, stay close to your group. We are all on the journey. And with that, I pass. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. If you feel that mindset coaching could help you on your 12-step journey, please feel free to reach out and find me at catholicmindsetcoaching.com. But more than that, it's important to me to give listeners like yourself a place where you do not need to feel alone on your 12-step journey. And for that reason, I've created a Facebook group. It's called Grateful Blessed Mess. And it's a place where listeners can go to add their own commentary on the share for the day, in addition to my own, and for us just to have a conversation or start a back and forth where people can find support in their 12-step journey. This is not a replacement for 12-step work. This is something outside of the 12 steps. It is simply something that has a heart for the 12 steps and those who are in it. And so, welcome. If you are here, chances are you may also be a bit of a mess. And I hope that you can learn to find some gratitude in the blessings that have come from your messes.